Office buildings suck. The Belko Experiment, released in 2016 and is directed by Greg McLean, who has also directed such films like Wolf Creek 2, Rogue, and The Darkness. And this film was written by James Gunn, who many people know from the Guardians of the Galaxy films and also more recently with the Suicide Squad. Really, if you had any doubts that James Gunn would be good for Suicide Squad, all you had to do was watch this movie from a couple of years ago and you would realize, oh, no, he's perfect. He basically already did the Suicide Squad. It's this movie. And this film is starring John Gallagher Jr., John C. McGinley, Melanie Diaz, Josh Brenner, and Michael Rooker. Belko Industries seems like your everyday, typical office complex work environment, but it's located in the middle of Colombia, so to ensure the safety of all of the employees, the company has mandated that GPS trackers be implanted into the employees' skulls. However, on this day, the employees find out that every single one of them is part of an experiment that puts everyone against each other. A voice comes over the PA system and says 30 people need to die in the next hour. And after several minutes of confusion, people start popping off one at a time. So now it's an all-out battle royale to see who will be the last employee standing. And the tagline of this movie is perfect. It is Office Space, the amazing, incredible, dark comedy Office Space, attached with Battle Royale. It's a perfect melding. And only from the mind of James Gunn. He does such a great job of establishing characters and building up characters, just giving us just enough to allow us to either care or really sink our teeth in and hate these characters. Until eventually those characters end up dying, because that's the whole scheme of this entire movie. There should only be one survivor. It's an experiment. I had heard a ton about this movie, and I just never got around to watching it, and after watching it, this is a lot of fun. It's funny to me, back in high school, like, I couldn't stand blood on screen at all. I was so squeamish, but nowadays, I know everything is fake, and I know how things are done. I watch this, and it just puts a smile on my face, seeing a head explode, and someone inspecting it, and realizing that, oh, hey, the GPS tracker that we allowed the company to just inject into the base of our skulls, that's actually an explosive device, aka Task Force X, aka the Suicide Squad. But this film gets the office atmosphere correct, even under these dire circumstances. The hierarchy, the way people kind of pool together, is how an office building works. I work in an office building, and if this were ever to happen, it would probably pan out something like this. You have like the second and third in commands who are always sucking up to the CEO, or in this case, the COO. And then you have a couple of people in middle management that a lot of the underlings who are just there for the paycheck look up to, and they have good conversations with, and they feel an attachment to. And there's a disconnect of power. People who are at the top will come down and give their little inspirational speech, but then go back off into their corner office and go, what the fuck is going on? It's how an office building works. It's actually quite brilliant. You can tell that the creators, Greg McLean, James Gunn, had worked in an office building at one point or another, because the underlying through message here is, oh, this is a company. We're all a family here. How that motto that so many companies use when talking to their employees, how that motto is utter bullshit. I can't tell you how many times at my job where I have heard like, oh, we're a family here. We want to come back to the main headquarters building because we're a family. We need to be together. We need to see each other. Maybe I'm just cynical, but bullshit. We're not a family. If one of us leaves, all of us don't leave. If one of us gets promoted, not all of us gets promoted. If one of us gets in trouble, we sure as hell all aren't getting in trouble. It's not a family. We're in a workplace. That's it. That's all we are. We're co-workers. I feel like I'm airing a lot of grievances when talking about this movie. Like I said, this movie is a lot of fun. You have different branches of people breaking off, people doing their own ideas, someone trying to break into the security vault to grab whatever handguns are available. You have the stoneheads who are underneath that thinks this whole thing is like a government conspiracy, which, kind of spoiler alert, kind of is. And of course that's led by Sean Gunn. This is the James Gunn movie. Sean Gunn has to show up somewhere, and of course he has to just be this weird, quirky character. He's a lot of fun, though. And I like the stakes that we get with this film. There are a lot of big names in this movie. No one is safe. No one is free from not being killed. we get down to a single survivor. And I like that. They don't do like the goody-goody two-shoes Hollywood ending where several people make it out in the end. No, we get down to one person. We are following several people along on their journey trying to evade other people. Some of them go to great lengths and climbing up elevator shafts and crawling through grates in the floor. And you're rooting for them and you're like, wow, you're really, really smart. You're evading everyone. And then all of a sudden they turn the corner and they get shot in the head. I like it. Stuff comes out of nowhere. There's stakes. No one is safe. Awesome. Definitely worth me watching here in the month of October. In Halloween month, this is definitely a horror slash almost psychological thriller because it toys with your mind. However, I will say the very ending, once everything is revealed as to what exactly is going on, it was a little bit of a letdown for me. It just felt like everything was left open-ended and we never got a sequel, at least as of yet. I would love a sequel to this universe. I would like to see these characters maybe put all into one grand pool, kind of Hunger Games style. From what we get here, it's a really fun movie. More people need to see it. It was made with a $5 million budget, which is just great. You get people with a $5 million budget, you get people on set who just want to be there and love making movies. Even though $5 million is a lot of money to me, like if I had $5 million in my bank account, I would be very happy. In the film world though, that is chump change. So you can tell all of these people just loved making this movie. They were there because they loved telling the story and just loved shooting in front of a camera. I'm gonna give the Belko Experiment 4 out of 5 Blu-rays.
I like it a lot.
Alright everyone, now comes to my favorite part of my videos where I pick which movie I'm going to be watching next. And the next one comes as a PayPal donation / recommendation from one of my subscribers, Dr. Camp. This is your first PayPal donation and recommendation on here, and you recommended the movie Sleepwalkers. And your message in PayPal said, I wonder how many mammograms this is going to get. So I'm going to assume that this is one terrible, shitty movie. Never seen it before. I believe I've heard of it, and I believe I've seen the poster of this, or like the VHS cover, so many different times, because we had a small little VHS rental store in our grocery store growing up when I was really, really young, and I remember just passing by and seeing all of these amazing looking VHSs, and I think Sleepwalkers was one of them, because I've seen this poster a lot. Looks like a lot of cats, so cats better not be hurt in this movie, or you're gonna get a big fuck you, Dr. Camp. That just happens on this channel, but we'll check it out next time. If any of you have recommendations of films that you want me to review on here, you can make a PayPal donation on the main page of my YouTube channel. Any size donation will do. Just attach your movie recommendation with your donation, and if I have access to it, I will watch it, review it, give you a shout out on the channel, and get my review of it published as quickly as I possibly can. So guys, have you seen the Belko Experiment? What did you think about it? Or if you've never seen it before and you stumbled across it because of this video, then comment below, let me know what you thought about it. And as always, if you like what you see here, if you like my take on movies, then hit the subscribe button and make sure you hit that bell. See you the next time I release my next movie review. So guys, I will see you next time with my review of Sleepwalkers. So in the meantime, be well, be good to each other, and go watch a movie. Take care, guys.